The moment David heard those words, a tidal wave of memories flooded his mind. His pistol coming out to point at the man with the key, the recoil of the gun as he squeezed the trigger, the burn in his chest as a bullet pierced his heart, the other men in the room all shot and clamoring for an exit he could never reach. He felt the life slipping out of him, trying to stand and run out of the door, then falling over. The conflicting memories and feelings of the last hour brought on a wave of nausea and fear that grayed out the edges of his consciousness. Meanwhile, the specter before him touched the frying meat in the pan and licked his fingers, a shudder running through him, shaking rain off of the dark leather. The trek through the river seemed more like a dream than the harrowing event he remembered. His valiant efforts to dig himself up supposedly impossibly steep riverbanks, fading into the half-remembered feeling of a dream being interrupted. He stuck out an arm to steady himself against the tree that allowed him to crawl out of that river, and fell straight to the ground hard. The tree, his lifeline gone like it had never been there. The slope to the water, a gentle rise, not some inescapable pit. There were footprints alongside a long furrow leading back to the water. In the silence of that dark and dreary night, on that waterlogged and soppy piece of mud, he saw it. The truth of the end of that poker game, his death, along with everyone else in that room, was the only way it could have played out. But how was he here, feeling the warmth of the fire, smelling the bacon in the pan, and being frightened by a man put together wrong? Now you're getting it. The specter of a man somehow was still in front of him, the fire somehow still burning atop the river water, stood up abruptly, clapped his hands, and pointed one of those two long fingers at him. Too soon after his own realization, for some obvious tell to have passed his face in the dark. We congruent have a proper meeting at the OL crossroads, with an actual crossroad now. Can we? Come on, sit down a while and enjoy the company of your oldest and dearest friend. I only want what you want. And believe me, right now, you really want to want this. Kinda hard to sit at your little fire right now. Jarringly, like a boxer's punch, he was immediately seated across from him, though he could still feel the cold, wet earth on his face. Let me explain the situation to ya for Utra Atomic Choice. The thing wherein a man said, "This here man works for me," but he recently started to have a change of heart, as it were. You see, he was the head of group of good OL cutthroats, who caroused and pillaged, causing all sorts of mayhem, carrying hot iron and leaving cold bodies. Well, all Kurt Air decided to give up the life I built for IM, because the woman he loved tried to kill IM. Imagine leaving the service of the demon who saved your life. Well, he went and made another imposition with another of my kind for protection from me. Well, I can't let that stand, and you need a deal. So here it is. Take his life with his own gun, and let him take your place in the game. You will find his body on the water, and you will be able to go home and keep gambling. He was so close to the fire, but so cold. I don't want to die, he cried as the shadows at the edge of his vision started moving in. I know you've already made the deal. His death is just the signature. It's already in your hand. All you have to do is... David woke up with a start, a dull ache from sleeping on a saddlebag, giving him a slight headache.